Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back in to Crypto Mainly. My name's Lee. 300 subscribers now, guys. Thanks ever so much. This number's gradually creeping up. The group is new. The YouTube the YouTube channel and the Telegram group are both new. Only started Telegram group on the 1st of June, so just about 6 weeks old, guys. There is a link to the free Telegram group in the description below. That is the public group, guys. It's not just a shield group where I do try to make it very interesting. I share a lot of information in there, a lot of news events, things like that, and also some chart setups from time to time. If you would like more than that, I do have a VIP channel as well that you can join. If you pop over, you've got my link on the from the YouTube page here. If you click on the link there, incidentally, guys, I have updated this link because I didn't realise actually it was taking you to like a login screen rather than actually directly to my page. So apologies for that, guys. That is now rectified, and it takes you over directly to my account. So the way to just verify my account, guys, do be very careful. There is a scammer that's replicated my account. It does look the same as this, but you'll notice the way to verify it is that I am the owner of cryptomainly.eth on the Ethereum naming service. So you can see my wallet address there is cryptomainly.eth. That's the only that can't be replicated, guys. I'm the owner of that NFT and that name for that wallet. So do check that, guys. Alternatively, you can click on the link on Twitter there, and it will take you over to my Twitter page, which again is Crypto Mainly. No dots, numbers, letters, or anything like that afterwards. So please do come and join in, guys. Join the public Telegram group if you're interested. And of course, if you buy an NFT at the moment, it does entitle you to 6 months. Free access to the VIP Telegram group. I am considering stopping the sale of the NFTs when I reach a certain number, or I may even do it just at the end of this month. So if you are interested in becoming, an NFT holder, then please do that as soon as you can, and that hopefully that will bring some privileges as time goes on. I've got various ideas and things. Of some utility and things that I'm going to add to the background of the NFTs as time goes on. So at the moment, the first thing is that if you buy one, you get 6 months free access to the Telegram group. It is $100 per month if you'd rather pay by subscription. So come along and join us, guys. Join the public Telegram group, see what you think, and then and perhaps we can go from there. But just jumping straight into the charts, guys. As you can see, with Bitcoin. We're looking like we're actually in a trading range here at the moment, guys. As I said, I mentioned yesterday on the video, you can see that this was starting to look like a pennant forming here. So if I just show you what I'm talking about, this did look like it was a pennant which was forming here. In fact, it was more like this on the hourly time frame. There it was actually more like that when we were looking at it yesterday, and as I said yesterday, we got a bearish breakdown. In fact, sorry guys, we were looking at the pennant like this, so I do apologize. So we got a bearish breakdown and then a immediate bullish breakout. Both of these were not volume supported, basically, guys. So what that suggests to me, as you can see at the bottom end, there's no volume on the breakdown, or on the breakout the volume was flat. So that actually suggests to me that that this is actually going to be changing into a trading range rather than us looking for a pennant and things. I will just mention there is a chance that that we may look back at this and we could be looking at something along these lines where you've got you've got a bull flag as such, but we'll just keep an eye on things, guys. I think actually more likely that we're going to be sort of trading in this range here for a little while longer. You will notice that the dotted line there, the green dotted line, is actually the daily, and you can see we've actually lost the daily support now, and we are below that. But from the CME point of view, CME closed at 21,765. You can see there, so there is a gap above us, so I wouldn't be surprised if this just pops back up and we close today back above this daily support line. wouldn't surprise me at all. And then we just continue in the range there. So people at the moment now maybe looking to take short positions based off this, but I'd be very careful doing that. Actually, guys, I think we're actually more in a range currently. So I'm just gonna. So my projection of what I think is going to happen, guys, as you can see from this chart here, is that we're going to probably come down, gradually. Hopefully, is what we're hoping for, because the altcoins, some of the charts are really looking quite nice. As long as we don't get a sudden move, a sudden pump, or a sudden dump from Bitcoin, then the altcoin positions will hold up quite nicely. I'll show you an example of some of the one particular altcoin that I posted in the group yesterday. Shortly towards the end of the video, so please stay tuned, guys. But yeah, I think this is what we're going to happen, guys. We'll maybe stay ranging and perhaps make our way down to the lows of this range. If we start to look on higher time frames, so this was the daily. I pointed out the fact that we had a doji the day before yesterday, and now if we look again, yesterday there's another doji candle close here. With again the bias to the downside, so it's actually below this candle. The doji is actually below the 50% level, which would suggest that that we've got downside. So very similar to here, guys. You see at the bottom here, you've got two doji candles at the bottom there. So price comes down, runs out of momentum, stays flat, opens and closes are more or less the same place, and then reverses. We've got a similar situation going on here. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we close today. So this is the dotted line here. Let's make that green. That's obviously the a daily key level, which you can see on the other chart here. So that's the green dotted line here, basically. So as you can see on the daily, we have lost that at the moment, and we are sort of closing below the wick close as well. So there is every chance that we come back down to the lows of the range again, which obviously, if we look at this chart, which is obviously a weekly chart on a log scale that we've been following for a while now on my videos, you can see that I think we're going to stay in this triangle. As I said before, it's looking likely. You saw on this particular candle here, the wick high got the rejection off the 200 moving average almost sort of perfectly there. So you see that the wick high came up and rejected off the 200 SMA on a weekly time frame. Almost perfectly. Technical analysis is fascinating, really. But I think that what we'll do is we'll see possibly the formation inside this triangle here. So bouncing along support and things, and perhaps bouncing between this ledge, which, as I've said previously, guys. So forgive me if you've heard this before, but this is the shelf of support from the previous highs in 2017. So December 2017 at the run up to 20,000. So basically the high, the wick high to the candle body close is this ledge of support, which you can see we did bounce off that rather nicely. The only thing I would say, guys, and we had a Zoom meeting last night, and I said this to the members, as long as we are below the 200 SMA, this is a bearish pattern. We're coming up, we're retesting underneath the 200 SMA. So just to sort of qualify that a little bit further, this candle here, we've had candle body closes on a weekly below the 200 moving average before in history, but we've never had an open and close on a weekly candle below the 200 SMA in Bitcoin's entire history. So we have had wicks below. So for example, the COVID crash, we did wick below, we got a close below the 200 SMA, but immediately the following week we were back above. If we look here, we didn't get closes below the 200 SMA. Same again here. We got closes marginally below the 200 SMA there. But it's the fact that we very clearly opened and closed well below the 200 SMA. That's the first time that's happened. To that extent in Bitcoin's history. So yeah, I mean, as long as we're below the 200 SMA, guys, just be cautious. There's every chance that this 200 SMA, we could get a huge rejection, and if this support line fails here, which goes back to not only the COVID crash, but it goes back to 2015 on this log scale, so all the way back to here. So August 2015, you can see that this support line is very significant. But if we lose that, then prices are going to perhaps come down and surprise people to how low they do go. But I think if we add the 300 SMA on, in Bitcoin's history, the 300 SMA has been kind of the last point of catching the price. And as you can see here, it's at around about the 78.6 retracement from the range. Sorry, from the cycle low to the high. The 78.6 retracement is around about where the 300 SMA is, which is interesting. So perhaps that will be the last point of call. But as you know, guys, some of you that have been watching the videos, forgive me if you've seen this before. But if we do look back through the cycles, I'll just go through this briefly. You'll see from the cycle lows to the highs, we tend to get consolidation between the 78.6 and the 88.6, almost in the central point. At the central point, both there. So this is from the actual the lows of the cycle basically to the highs, and the 78.6 to the 88.6. Immediately in between is where you get the consolidation range. Same again, cycle low, cycle high. Immediately in between, you get the consolidation range, and that consolidation range, incidentally, now is actually at around about the 14,000 mark. But again, things are looking different in this cycle, in that we are below the 200 SMA here, and in the past we've bounced along the top of it. So at the moment, guys, it's very unclear to see what is actually going to be happening moving forward. So just be cautious. Bear in mind that as long as we are below that 200 SMA on the weekly, incidentally, the 4-hour time frame is another good indicator. If you look at the 200 SMA on a 4-hour time frame, again, it works very well in terms of it being an indicator of what's to come. So, for example, if we look here, once we've broken above the four hour, the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we bounce along and find support on it all the way up. And then obviously once we break down below, then you tend to, on the bottom parts of the retests, you do battle with it, but then you get these huge rejections, battling, huge rejection, then break through, came up, come back down, retest the underside, another huge rejection there. Bear in mind this is a log scale, guys, so these will be, they may look quite small, but actually you'll find that they are quite considerate. 20% there, perhaps not too bad. But again, here, we lose the 200 SMA on the 4-hour, and then it acts as, as resistance all the way down. And again, my point, guys, basically, that's 52%, 52% correction from there to there. So again, we come, as long as we're below the 200 SMA. Incidentally, guys, you'll notice that the 200 SMA on a 4-hour is 22,169, which is actually quite close to the it's 22,562 on a weekly time frame, which is quite interesting. It's more or less in the same region. But my point, guys, is that you can see we are below the 200 SMA on a 4-hour. You can see the size of the rejections that you get from trying to battle with the 200 SMA. You can see the times, that again there is a 40% correction. Here, again, trying to battle with the 200, and we've got, a 44% correction. I'm not saying that we're going to get a 44% correction from where we are now. I think the price has been beaten up too much for that, and I do think that the bears are showing signs of exhaustion. There is obviously billions in stablecoins waiting on the sidelines, so it's just a case of when the market decides that they're going to deploy that capital into the market and into buying, obviously. But we are below the 200. Look, we are below that 200 SMA. So just be careful, guys. As long as we're below that on a 4-hourly, 4-hourly time frame is the one to watch short term. we must be careful. If we do get back above it, we need to be careful that we are holding it as support. We are getting continuation to the upside. So, I mean, ideally, the difference being is you can see that the 200 SMA, whilst we were flirting with it, was actually more or less flat. Whereas if we've broken the 200 SMA here, and the 200 SMA is on an upward slope, you tend to find that although we broke down slightly below this on this occasion, you do tend to find that the 200 SMA, if it's on an incline, acts as support. If it's flat, then there's a chance that we may just flirt with it. So ideally, what we're looking for is for the 200 SMA to start curling up. As you can see how steep that is, it's a long way from doing that actually. But that would be an ideal scenario. So we'll probably find that we come up, we bounce along here above the 200 SMA and wait for this to sort of round off, and then start to take off. But this is going to take a while, guys. Probably even maybe as much as a couple of months. But as long as Bitcoin is in this range, kind of sideways trading, and we don't get a breakdown or a break up, this will be quite nice for the altcoin performance. So do watch out for that. Talking of which, this was a trade that we posted yesterday in the group, as you can see. So we posted the trade from the breakout here. So this is the type of charts that I post in the group, guys. So you can see what I'm looking at. I do tend to show you that we're breaking out from here. My price objective, first target is 33%. Second target is 50%. You can see that there's a number of signs here that suggest that this is a nice trading opportunity. In that we've got a series of lows here and then higher lows here. This is a nice bottoming pattern here. We've come up, we've broken the neckline. We'll likely come back down, retest the neckline before we take off. But you can see that the neckline's here. But a nice technical pattern there. Another way of looking at this particular pattern, I'm sure some of you have noticed, is that you could there's a very clear head and shoulders pattern here again. So once again, the measured move of this bottoming pattern, or this head and shoulders, if you like, is the depth of the head to the neckline, or the bottom pattern to the neckline, if you like. And then if we move that up to give us our profit objective, we can see that we're kind of in no man's land here, and you can see that actually, the price objective is at 50%. The reason for that, guys, actually, if I'm just sort of scribbling this out for you, but if we actually just make this a little bit clearer for you, so the actual, the very low to the peak there, and then obviously the measured move is from the peak to the top. So actually you can see, so that the next point of resistance here is the low part of this range here, and hence that's my second profit objective. So that's Uniswap, guys, looking like a nice trade to take. As I say, it is looking like it's going to come back down, retest the neckline. So do watch for that, and watch also that Bitcoin is behaving itself, of course. But we're likely to see something along the lines of that. So, okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. As I say, please do come and join us. I'm sure you'll find value. You can always sort of join if you don't like the group and things. You can always leave it, obviously. And obviously with YouTube, you can please do like, subscribe, turn on the bell. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like the content I provide. But thank you, guys, for taking the time for listening. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Thanks now. Take care.